All right, morning everybody. Welcome to another round of coffee questions. What is today's topic? I want to talk about O-rings. And I got these from out at Harbor Freight. Now, in that club we belong to, I had a friend of mine say, hey, no man, I got these other ones. They're Nico, off Amazon, and they're far better, and blah, blah, blah. We kept talking. I said, well, these are the ones that I got. And so I'm going to switch over in a minute and I'm going to show you the advertisements, but we'll go through the pros and the cons. But this is the interesting thing that I found out, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of flack from this, or I could get a lot of kickback, is I took a look at the Nikos or the Nicos that he had, and I had mine with me out in the truck. So I got it and brought them in, and I told him, these ones that I have here, the SAE ones, they have, SAE metric. Got a chart on it, all that stuff. We'll go over that in a little bit. These are both made in China. I took a look. They probably are made in the same factory. I took a look at these as opposed to his set, which I think he gets more in his set. We'll look at that in a minute. They're identical in terms of everything that I see. I mean, these are the identical same O-rings. They're probably just rebranded. And he said, no, no, no. And I said, okay, take a pair of calipers to them. It's a crude test. I go, we already put them side by side with each other. And if I mix them up, there's no way that you could tell me which one came from his set and which one came from mine. So the caliper thing was inconclusive. We'll say he kept insisting it was just a little bit hair thicker and better. And there's no difference. Not that I saw at all. You can read the specs on both. I don't care what the specs say. You put these rings side by side, they are identical to each other. I'm going to get out of the shop. It's getting warm in here. I'm going to switch over. I'll do the green screen thing. I'll give you, the advertisements. We'll do questions and answers, and I'll try to go through them rapidly, and it won't be long. But I don't know. These I keep around. I have them with me. They don't serve all purposes for everything. Okay, that I'm going to tell you. If that's what you're looking for, this is not the set. But it does come in very handy for a lot of things. I'll explain to you in a minute. I will see you inside. Bye-bye. Okay, folks, so this is the set that I bought. It's a different color. Mine's a couple of years or more older, but it's the same set of O-rings, and I got them out at Harbor Freight. A friend of mine got his, the Nico or the Nico, off Amazon, and I'll show you the ad from the ones that he bought. And like I said, to me, they're identical. Now, the first thing is what most people understand is there's SAE and there's metric, right? So you got two different sets, so you would buy two different sets. They think that you buy one set of O-rings, boom, that's it. It's going to solve world hunger. Okay, it doesn't. So, as well as myself, I mean, I went to a place called the O-Ring Store, and I'm going to leave you the link across the screen here in just a second. And it will give you a hell of an education on O-rings. There are specific categories for O-rings. There's like nitrile, which is a general use. They're good O-rings. There's nothing wrong with them, but they're generalized purpose O-rings. Probably for somebody like me that's a DIYer. Then you get into more specific ones, I mean, including silicone, Teflon, and all that. And there's about 5 different categories. So let me show you the chart, and then we'll continue the discussion. Okay, so you can use the pause key anytime you want and study that a little bit. That will tell you specifically what O-ring you need for whatever application that you're doing. So most of us just go to, whether it's the auto parts store or whatever, hardware store looking for an O-ring. They hand you whatever they tell you it's going to work, and you just assume, yeah, that's it, and you walk out of there. Well, now I have a better understanding, hopefully you will, that there is a difference sometimes depending on the specific need that you're wanting to use the O-ring on. It could be for hydraulics, it could be for hot and cold temperatures like in an automobile, it could be for hydraulic lines, it could be for brake lines, it could be, I don't know. And then it does make a difference which ones that you buy in terms of quality and specific use. So that chart will help you with that, and it guides you, on what you need to buy. Now, why did I buy this set? Why do I keep them around? Now, I fixed a bathroom faucet with this O-ring set. I had a leak in a male fitting that was on my chainsaw. I used that. I used it for a log splitter seal for an oil. It's like a little oil dipstick seal, and on some pneumatics. So these things work. I haven't had to change them yet, but I didn't have high expectations. My thought at the time was, this is a very general, light-duty O-ring set. And if it stops the leak right now, great. I'll worry about getting, a better ring later, because then I can move on and not worry, about this thing continually leaking. But when you read through the comments, lots of these comments, some people say they're too thin, they're too thick. The metric sizes aren't 100% true metric. They're close, but they're not 100% true metric. Or they're not 100% in terms of tolerance SAE. But I look at it as a more general set to use. And in and around the shop and, the garage or what have you, these things have served their purpose well for me. And I've had really good luck for that purpose. Now, I have run into situations where I do need an O-ring that's very specific that's not in these sets. And then I have to take the part down to either, AutoZone, O'Reilly's or whatever, or, Ace Hardware, something like that, and match it up to the exact, ring. But these people's expectations when they give these 1 and 2 stars is that this one set or these 2 sets should contain anything and everything, and they should be real high quality. Okay, well, they're not going to be. And if that's what you're looking for, you should go to the O-ring store. And it's real simple, like step-by-step guide. It'll guide you down to exactly what you need. I think the only thing with the O-ring store is you have to buy at least like 12 at a time, because they are sold fairly cheaply. And I suppose they at least want a little bit of a quantity buy. But it's, like I said, hell of an education. You'll learn a lot, and you'll realize that there are these different categories. And maybe at times it is very important to you that you get a correct O-ring that will withstand whatever application you're going to put it on. So, these sets, they are what they are. And somebody said, well, what about the other set that you were talking about? Let me show you a picture, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so this is the set that the friend of mine bought. Now, this set, like I told you in the very beginning, I can take the same size O-ring, set them on the table, which is what we did, and you can't tell the difference if I mix them up. You can't tell one's thicker than the other, because they look and appear to be the exact same thickness, the exact same height. Put one on top of each other, the exact same ID. Even like I said, it was a crude test. I gave him calipers to, play around and see if he could prove that his set was different than mine. And, he really couldn't. So I just called the test a little crude and inconclusive maybe, but here's the thing. It was probably rebranded over in China at the same factory. It's the exact same set. Now, somebody can disagree, drop a comment below. Let me know if you feel differently. My only thought is, why are you paying $15 when you could pay $6.40 or whatever, the price is after the 20% coupon? All right, so let's go back to the other picture and let me wrap this up for you. All right, so, anyway, personally speaking, me and there are other people in the club that have also went out to Harbor Freight and bought the Storehouse brand O-rings. They work, okay? Like I said, nobody's expectations are super high. We know that they are not high quality O-rings, but they do work. And they work, like I said, on my pneumatic tools. They work on things in and around the shop. I'm not going to use every size that's in here, but it's still a cost savings at the $640. I've got my money's worth easily out of these sets. So that's my take on it. And, somebody else has a different experience, drop it in the comment below. If you know a better website, drop it in the comment below. And everybody can benefit from it. I think the ring store, I'm not affiliated with them. Just go there. It's a good education. And then you can go from there. I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you click subscribe. I hope you enjoyed these quick tip videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Hit that notification bell. Bye-bye.